China's eradication of poverty is one of the great human stories of the 20th and 21st century. To analyze it properly, we need to divide it into two parts. The first part is pure economic growth, which began in the late 1970s with reform and opening up. And with economic development, it just brought all people out of poverty because of the increasing income that China would have. That arguably maybe 700 million. But here's the point. Around 2012, roughly when President Xi took office as a senior leader, it was recognized that there were still about 100 million Chinese people who, no matter how high the GDP per capita would become, would still remain in abject or absolute poverty because they lived in remote mountainous villages or were minorities who didn't understand the language or had medical problems, etc. So that began under President Xi a targeted or precision poverty alleviation campaign, which is very detailed and very specific, and that brought everyone out of abject or extreme poverty by the end of 2020. However, relative poverty obviously still exists, and therefore there was a transition at that point from the anti-poverty campaign, which had succeeded with extreme poverty, now moved to rural revitalization, which is a multi-decade approach to bring standards of living roughly the equivalent in rural areas into urban areas, and as urban areas. And this would be the part of the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, which is China's second centenary goal by the 100th anniversary of the People's Republic of China in 2049. Now, that itself is embedded within a bigger concept that President Xi has now emphasized, and we saw it in his report to the 20th CPC National Congress, of common prosperity, which is the big overarching term within which rural revitalization is a part.